Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is C Programming, lecture number 11. In this lecture, we will solve the exercises for lecture number 10. This lecture talk about the built-in functions and how to write user-defined function. And exercise number 1 is just an example how we can use C programming to solve mechanical engineering problems, and this exercise taken from heat transfer. Now in this exercise we have to ask user to enter Q dot and to enter the T1 temperature given K value, A value, L value, so we can use them as a constants or define them during the program. Then we have to write C program that will call a user-defined function to solve a problem for any temperature T1 and Q dot given by user. The user-defined function should ask user to enter T1 and Q dot. So we will ask user to enter the values inside the function, not in the main. Then calculate and print the T-scan. So we will ask user to enter T1 and the Q dot inside the function, and then the function will calculate and print T-scan. So in the main program, we have to define the A value, the K value, the L value, and then ask or call a user-defined function to do everything. So let us start programming here. We have variables, say that they are float, we need the value of K, which is 0.3. We need the value of A, which is equal to 1.7 meters square, and we need the value of L, which is equal to 0.005 in meter. Given in centimeter, we have to convert it to meter, and then we have to call a user-defined function. So let us give it a name, say my T-scan function. This function will do the calculations and print out the values. So we have to pass the value of K and the value of A and the value of L to the function, so the function will calculate and print the result. Semicolon. This function will do everything, so the print will be inside the function, not in the main, so the function will not return any value to the main. So no need to write as example result equal my T-scan. Now we finished the program. We have to go to the declaration or documentation for the prototyping for the function. So we have to go before the main, just tell the compiler that there is a function. This function will return nothing, so void. The name of this function is my T-scan. This function accept parameters. They are all floats, so the first one is float, and it will accept another one as a float and third one as a float. No need to give names for these values in declaration. So this is called declaration. This is a call for the function. Outside the main anywhere, no problem. We can, as example, copy this one, copy the declaration, go outside and the main. outside the main and define it. First thing, remove the semicolon. Second thing, this is the start of the function, this is the end of the function. Inside the function, we need the variable name or variables names. The key will be the key value, or a copy of key value will be passed to here. So let me give the name as kk. Can I use k? No problem. If I use k like this, no problem. But remember, this k, it's a local variable, and this variable belongs to my skin function, while this k, it's a local variable but belong to the main function. That means the main can't see k, this k, and my tskin can't see this k. So I can use, no problem, but I prefer to distinguish between them. So let me write kk, and the second variable a will be passed to, say, to aa, and final variable, let me write ll. So inside the function, don't write again float kk. So because this will work as declaration, and you will declare it again. So the new declaration, that means we are declaring a variable kk. This variable will delete this variable, so the value passed from here to here will be deleted also, and this is not true. So don't write again float kk or float aa or float ll. Now we need the t1 and the q dot. So let's write float t1 and q dot, and we need also the result. So let us say that this is double, say result, or tskin. Now we have to write the equation. Before that, sorry, I forgot, we have to ask user to enter the value of the t1 and the q dot. So we have to print message. So we have to print a message as example, please enter t1 and q dot. Then go to next line. Now we have to scan first one is float, and second one is float outside the quotation comma. The first one should be saved in t1, and second one in q dot. Now we have the values of t1 and q dot. We can easily calculate the tskin. So we can write tskin equal to t1, we have the value, minus, now between two brackets we have the q dot multiply by L divided by Ka, divided by, again, two brackets, K multiplied by A. I think K small, not K capital, semicolon. And we can now print the result from the function as written in the question, or as expected from the question. So print f, we can say that tskin equal to, reserve a space for a double, which is LF, then go to next line. If you prefer to write the unit for the temperature, you can write it in Celsius as example, Celsius, and then outside the quotation I will take the value from the variable tscan, and here semicolon. As you see, this is the way how you can prototype the function. First of all, before the main, just write declaration. Inside the main, call the function where you want to use it, and outside the main, anywhere, just define the function. Write the function body. Now let me run the program. If you have a mistake, we can learn from our mistakes. In this program, invalid operator of here, tscan equal t1 q dot, this is q dot, multiplied by L. Okay, now as I told you, this is very good to learn from this mistake. As I told you, L, it's a local variable belong to the main function or main body, and L not accessible from this function. It is accessible from the main only, but the value of L passed to LL, so we can use instead LL. Same thing for K, same thing for A. All of these variables are local variables belong to the main, not to the MyScan function. Now run the program again. Please enter T1. As example in the exercise, it's in T1 37. Say that 37, and the Q dot, we can try 150 ohm, 150 watt. Then tscan equal 35.529 Celsius. Thank you. End of the program. Now just an alternative solution. We can do the following. Instead of declaring the variables K and A and L from the main, we can make them global variables accessible from anywhere. So we can just declare them outside the main, they become global. If you wish also, you can make them constant. So const float, you can write const float as you see here. Okay, no need for them in the main. And now we can, in this case, because K and A and L global constant, we can access them from the function directly. So we will remove the L from here, right? Just L, just K, just A. Now L and K and A, they are belong to the file, accessible from anywhere in the file. After declaration, in this case, no need to pass them to the function. So no parameter passed to the function. So in declaration, we can remove float, float, float. And in definition, we can remove all of these also. No need for them. And easily, now just to remind you, the function like the main, it will take no parameter and it will not return anything. Like the main, in the main, take no parameter and return nothing. Now if I run the program again, this is 37 Celsius and 150 watt tscan same. Another solution also, or another option or alternative solution, if we want to print as example the tscan from the main, not from the function, we can come to here, cut this one, put it here, and in this case again, if I will run the program, it will give me a mistake because tscan not accessible from the main, it is accessible from the MyScan function. To make tscan accessible from the function and from the main, again we can declare it outside the main as a double. We can write double tscan. Now it's a global variable accessible from the function and from the main. So both of them, function and the main, can see tscan and can change the value, can take the value, set the value, use the value, anything. So in this case, no need to declare it in the function. Remove the definition or declaration from the function, because now tskin it's a global variable. So the my function will be called, the function will calculate the value and assign it to tskin, and tskin it's a global variable, so directly will be saved in the memory for the file, and anything, any block, any body, any function can use it after the declaration. So run the program, same idea, 37 150, we will get the same result. And there are also many alternatives or options how to solve this problem in general, but the selection of the solution, it depends on the specifications of the program. Thank you so much.